Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well and staying fit and healthy. Now, I have had a lot of requests about, okay, how do we do a killer base? And number two, how do we prevent creases from occurring and showing? Now, when I was doing makeup in the beginning years, this was one of my battles that I was having with crease lines because as you can see, I have really prominent smile lines. So I'm going to show you how I have learned to make your makeup stay, prevent these creases from happening, and how to perfect your base. Stay tuned guys, and we're going to go directly into this. Let's do this.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Now, I cannot express enough that to get a perfect base, you have to make sure that the skin is prepped and it is nourished and hydrated, because one of the biggest reasons why your foundation may not stay all day, or it will start to flake or feel like it's cakey, or your pores will start feeling really visible and your skin might feel bumpy, that's purely because your skin wasn't hydrated enough. So all the barriers of having the foundation etc. has dried your skin out, and when that happens, that's when your makeup starts sort of breaking apart essentially. Now, the products that I'm going to show are for combination skin because that's what I have. Now, all you would have to do is try and cater your products to your skin type. Now, I will show you some products which I would use if it was an extremely hot day, because that's when my skin will start feeling oily. So I kind of fluctuate, but essentially the base of what I'm doing goes for all skin types. So before I apply my makeup, I'm just going to quickly cleanse my skin. So I'm going to use the Bioderma toner to do this, and I love this because it literally cleans your skin and tones it at the same time. And I like doing this specific toner before I apply my makeup. I just feel like it doesn't strip my skin of like its essential oils. You have to make sure, like, no matter how much you might cleanse your skin and do all the stuff, this is so important, because if you've not got a clean base for your skin, your makeup's just not gonna sit properly. And if you do have any sort of dry, flaky areas, guys, you must exfoliate this, because there is no way you can get foundation on your skin and that look flawless. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with my Botanics Rose Water Spritzer. I absolutely love this. And that's just adding that water back to my face that I could have potentially stripped by using the toner. Then when I'm doing makeup, I don't go in with my serums, my oils, etc. I just feel like it's too much to do when I'm doing my foundation. So I like to use a really good thick moisturizer. I also do use primers, and I'll share with you the primers that I will use. There are two creams that I just cannot live without. These are my holy grails. Like, depending on where I'm going, how long I'm going for, I will absolutely use both of these, and one of these creams, not both of them. That'd be too much, but one of these creams. And I'm going to show you today with my Elizabeth Arden. Like, I absolutely love this. I think it's such a perfect moisturizer for your skin. So I kind of use this much, like, I'm quite generous with it. Now, the primers that I really am loving recently are obviously the First Ali, like I've always used that and I love it. The Skin Tune Blur. But I also really like the Ordinary's High Spreadability Fluid Primer. This works for all skin types, and it literally just creates like this smooth layer on your skin, which is perfect for applying your foundation. So if you have oily skin, one product which I would 100% recommend, I'll keep it in my description below, is the Photo Finish by Smashbox. It is literally amazing. Like, if you have oily skin, your makeup will last and it will not budge whatsoever. It's like one of my products that I use for my clients if they've got oily skin. It's such a good product, so yeah, like I would definitely recommend that. The other thing is to go in with an eye cream. Now, a good moisturizer and a good eye cream, you won't even need to use a primer. Like, you don't actually have to, but if you find a primer that you love, then stick to it. I'm just getting my brightening eye cream by Inky List. So So now the next thing I'm going to go in is with my primer. So I'm going to apply a drop of my Ordinary Fluid primer just here and here, and I'll tell you why I'm applying it in these areas. And then literally I will literally just spread this across the sides of my nose, and then just I don't take this everywhere, just very slightly onto this area of my upper mouth. The reason why I do that is because that is a smoothing primer. Now it literally means like if you have any pores and you apply this on top of it, if you apply it on top of it, it's essentially creating like a seamless barrier. So your makeup will sit seamlessly on top. And these are sort of my areas of where I have pores that show. Then I go in with my Perfecting Skin Tune Blur Serum. So then the next thing is obviously applying your foundation. A lot of people are very sort of misguided when they don't want too much on their face and they don't want that cakey feel. They get told to use light to medium coverage foundation. And I feel like personally, for me, I do want coverage. I don't want it to look cakey. And if I did go in with a light to medium foundation, I feel like I have to apply a lot more. And when I apply a lot more, then you end up having a lot more on your skin than you would like. Whereas if you go in with a full coverage foundation, I feel like you end up using like 2 pumps and it just does amazing wonders to your skin without it feeling heavy. So that's one of my tips, guys. So today I want to show you with my Huda Beauty foundation in the shade Toffee. If you have any areas that you need to color correct, this is when you need to do it. So I'm using my Live Tinted Hue Stick in Origin and just applying it over my extraction scar and then just under my eyes in these areas. And then I'm just going to push this into my skin. So now it's about applying your foundation. Now I'm going to put dots all over my face. Then I go in with my foundation brush. So I'm using the Sephora number 56. When you're using a brush like this, guys, FYI, you do not wipe and swipe across your face. You just don't do that. You have to push the product into your skin. So I'm going to go in with my beauty blender next, and you want a damp beauty blender. And if you've got any excess foundation, this will pick it up and at the same time just help push everything into your skin. Now that I've done that, remember, biggest tip, do not ever apply a cream on top of a powder. So once I have done this, I then go in and do any cream product application that I need to do. And I will be doing concealer and a slight amount of contour. So I'm going to go in with my Shape Tape by Tarte and just apply this under my eye on this side. And then I'm just going to go in with my Becca on top of this mark here. Then you want to go in, guys, with a concealer brush. You should definitely use a concealer brush. So my all-time favorite is definitely number 57 by Sephora. I absolutely love it. I also like the flat one from the smoothing concealer from my Kitco, which is number 0.16. Already it's looking very seamless and my pores are also not exposed, etc. But I've not got a lot on my skin. My skin is still breathing, it's still super light. And once again, you go in with your beauty blender. So I'm just going to do, I don't think I'm even going to do any cream contour today, just because that's not my focus of this tutorial. tutorial. I'm just going to go in with my soap brush and just go over my eyebrows. I feel like when you have a flawless base, you literally don't need to apply anything else to your face and it just looks amazing. The next thing that I would do is I would go in, before I do any form of baking, yes, I will be doing baking today, because baking does not mean that you're going to get a cakey finish to your skin. Now, I like to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury first. So the reason why I use this specific product is just because it's so fine that when I apply this before I do any form of baking, I feel like I'm not layering. It just feels like it's sinking into my skin and just holding the products together. Just using a very soft powder brush, get some product onto your brush and then you tap away any excess. Now my mark is still showing through, so I'm going to show you that at this stage I would go in with the tiniest amount of concealer again, and I'm going to use my finger to apply this. So I'm going to be using my banana bread powder by Huda Beauty, and I'm going to go in with it's just like a flat sponge. I don't know what it's called. I forgot. Got a blonde moment going on. Then I'm going to go in with my cheerleader palette and use the Hula Caramel shade from there. And in circular motions, I am literally just going to apply my bronzer. So I've gone and done my contouring, and now what I will do is take away the excess powder that's on my face. The technique behind don't just wipe it off, because then you're kind of removing the product, which will actually do you a lot of good. So you want to go in with a really big sort of buffing sort of powder brush, which is super soft, and then just take this product that you have on your skin and just go in circular motions all the way around your face and push this in. So I'm going to go in with my Patrick Tar blusher. You can go in with any blusher. And like I said, like if you were doing this for a glam look, then you obviously you might want to apply a cream based product, and then you want to probably go in with your blusher, your powder blusher. And then I will be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills. And also guys, if you've spot corrected, you want to completely avoid any highlight touching those areas. Look how perfect the skin looks without it having too much product on there at all. So obviously once you've done this stage, you can finish off anything to do with your eyes, and I'm literally just going to go away, do my mascara on my lips, and I'll be back. How good does my skin look? In the areas where I would normally have my smile lines, I'm smiling, girl. And seriously, it's not leaving any lines behind, and that's purely because we did not cake our face with product. Now the last step that I'm going to do, well the last two steps, is the key for the makeup to last all day long. You have to go in with a good setting spray and make sure your skin is hydrated, because that's what will result in the skin flaking. Now the two that I always go in with is my All Nighter by Urban Decay. I absolutely love this, and literally drench my face in this. And then the Botanics Rose Water. This is my holy grail once again, and my skin is super, well you can see it is super shiny right now, and that's purely because this is gonna sink and be absorbed into my skin. But this is it guys, so I really hope you've enjoyed this and you go away and you make some killer looks with your bases. Do tag me in your recreations because I love looking at them on Instagram, which is KiriD. And thank you so much guys for watching, and I can't wait to create some more content with you guys. Love you all, bye.